This is Robert Kraft, and I'm coming to you live on SNN.Network, and we're at Benchmark's 8th Annual Discovery Conference in New York City 2019. With me right now is Bryan Ganz from Securities Devices International. It's a publicly traded company. I got two symbols for you, SDEV on the OTCQB and SDZ on the CSE. Bryan, welcome back to SNNLive.
Robert, thank you very much. It's nice to be back.
It's nice to have you back. So for our audience, we'll start off with an overview of the company, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, Securities Devices is a manufacturer of personal security devices, non-lethal personal security devices.
So we last had you on here about a year ago, roughly a year ago. So let's get an update. What's been going on in the company since then?
Well, if you remember, the last time I was on, we had a prototype non-lethal personal security device, the Byrna HD. We have since gone into production. We shipped our first Byrna HD on May 31st. We just finished our quarter end and our year end on November 30th. And I'm pleased to say this quarter we produced 3,000 Byrnas. We had 550,000 in sales for the quarter. And prior to this, our biggest year was $300,000.
So let's remind our audience a little bit. What exactly is the Burnet Device that you're out there currently selling?
Well, I'm actually carrying my Burnet Device with me, so it is a non-lethal personal security device. Don't worry, I'm not pointing this at you, and the safety is on.
I had a mini panic attack, but we're totally fine.
But this is a personal security device that is truly effective, able to stop an assailant at distances up to 60 feet. It does not require a permit to own. And we've found that there's a very, very big market for this, interestingly, with gun owners, as well as people that would never own a gun. So I am a gun owner. For many years, I've carried a 9mm Glock. But if I was honest with myself, I always asked, would I be willing to pull the trigger? And if I was really honest with myself, the answer is probably not very quickly. Because if you pull a trigger, your life changes forever, legally, financially, emotionally. And if you don't pull the trigger, your life may change also. That may be the fatal second. So if the choice is between making a fatal mistake and pulling the trigger or being shot yourself, that's not really much of a choice. So since we came out with the Byrna HD, I don't carry my Glock anymore. I only carry my Byrna because I know that I won't hesitate to pull the trigger. And if it's a mistake, it's not a fatal mistake. If it's a paper boy, I'll leave a bigger tip at Christmas, but an hour later, there's no harm.
And what's it loaded with? If it's non-lethal, what exactly does that mean?
Well, we have a number of different types of projectiles, ammunition. I load mine with 3 chemical irritant rounds at the bottom, and these are made up of OC, CS, and PAVA. So very, very effective. Within a second, it disables an assailant. But I load at the top 2 kinetic rounds. These are hard plastic rounds. If you go on our website, you can see me getting shot with them. They really hurt a lot. I'm saying a few choice curse words as I'm getting shot, but it's enough to stop most assailants. And we've actually had 6 real-world experiences with the launcher where people have foiled an attack. 3 of them, they didn't have to fire at all. Because of the form factor, in other words, it looks like a gun, that's usually enough to dissuade an assailant. Twice they shot the assailant with the hard plastic or kinetic rounds, and once with the chemical irritant rounds.
So what does the competitive landscape look like? I mean, are there the large, well-known gun manufacturers also producing non-lethal options for individuals like yourself and some of your consumers?
The non-lethal market is a rapidly growing market, but to date, gun manufacturers have not embraced this market. Although we have spoken with a number of gun manufacturers about white labeling this for them. But our competition is generally from other non-lethal weapons manufacturers. And for the most part, non-lethal has meant pepper spray or a baseball bat, and that's really close quarter combat. We're able to dispatch an assailant at distances of up to 60 feet before the situation escalates.
So then from what you can tell us, what are some of the company's growth drivers now going into 2020?
Well, we started off marketing only online, and we have had a pretty good online presence. This quarter, though, we did sign up 4 dealers, and we signed a contract with a company called H&G Marketing. H&G Marketing has 40 on-the-road salespeople that market to firearms dealers, FFLs, and outdoor shops. So they've got over 10,000 clients. We're hoping to be able to have some bricks and mortar distribution through these various dealers. We also have been going to gun shows, trade shows, conventions, and having a very, very good conversion rate. So, as I said, I think we live at the intersection of people that are gun owners but would like a non-lethal alternative, and people that would never own a gun. You know, whether it's for philosophical reasons or because they have small children at home. But the response has been phenomenally good.
And where can our audience go and find more information about security devices?
Well, you can go to our website, which is www.byrna.com, byrna.com.
My name is Robert Kraft, and I'm coming to you live on SNN.Network, and we're at Benchmark's 8th Annual Discovery Conference in New York City 2019. With me again has been Bryan Ganz from Security Devices International, the makers of Byrna. They're a publicly traded company. I got two symbols for you again. It's SDEV on the OTCQB and SDZ on the CSE. Bryan, thank you again for joining me today.
Robert, thank you very much. Nice to see you again.